Thank you very much, DJ. You guys are looking very awesome, man. Come on, turn to your neighbor and tell them you're looking good. Come on, just go ahead. Come on, tell your neighbor on the other side with more oomph, you're looking nice, you're looking good. Listen, guys, one of the things I've realized, I've done my own personal research, and I've realized that Kenyan ladies really love white men. You know, they love white men. Some Kenyan ladies, they love white men. You know, and I realized that most of the white men who come to Kenya, they come from countries which they don't speak English as their first language. You know, countries like Germany, countries like Italy, English is a secondary language, but the women still love them. You know, the ladies are like, I want a white man. You're like, hey, how are you guys going to communicate in your house? I don't care. Money is the language of love. You know, but listen, I met an Italian guy. I met him in town, and when I talked to him, I realized that when you marry somebody who you don't understand, there's something called language barrier. You can't understand one another in the house. Because this guy, I met him in town, and he looked very depressed. He was like, Emmanuel, oh my goodness, I am having marital problems, Emmanuel. My wife, we don't understand one another. All the time, we always fight because I don't understand what she says. I don't understand what she wants, Emmanuel. So I asked him, what happened? He told me, Emmanuel, you see my wife, she came to me and said to me, Mario, you are very tame. You're very conservative. You don't speak dirty to me. You don't say dirty things in my ears. What's wrong with you? You're very conservative. And Emmanuel, that was a problem for me because in Italy, where I'm from, we don't talk to women dirty, you know? We treat them with gentleness. We don't speak dirty. But because I love my wife, I'm just going to do it, all right? I'm just going to do it. So the next day I went to my house and I looked at my wife and I told her, baby, dirty dishes. What are these dirty dishes? Dirty clothes. Your underwear, always dirty. What's wrong with you? So she was so upset, oh my goodness. She was mad at me, so I'm confused. I'm wondering, what is wrong with her, man? What is wrong? So I was like, man, that just means you should speak clean, speak and just tell her nice things to her ear, you know? But some of the guys who interest me the most are Indians, man. You know, I used to work for an Indian, but my boss used to be an Indian, and he's very good at business, but he's very poor at matters life. Just general matters of life, very poor. Because a day he came to me in the morning at work, and he said to me, Emmanuel, there's somebody who keeps sneaking into my house all the time I leave. All the time I leave the house, somebody sneaks in. All the time I leave, somebody sneaks in. So tomorrow morning, I want us to go to my house and hide and find out who this somebody is. So the next day in the morning, we went outside his house, parked there. He pretended he's leaving the house. And then he came where I was, we hid. And after an hour or so, true to his word, somebody sneaked into his house. He was like, Emmanuel, I told you, there is a man who has snuck into my house. Let us go and capture this somebody. So he went, entered the house. You see, he's my boss. So you can know where a story is going, but you can't tell him because he's your boss. So he went downstairs, there was nobody. Upstairs, we had a commotion in the bedroom. So he went, he said, that somebody is in my bedroom, oh my goodness. So we opened the door. His wife was over there sleeping, pretending she's sleeping. And then we had another commotion in the closet. And then he went and opened the closet. He saw a guy there. He was like, Emmanuel, oh my goodness, this is my neighbor, Patel. Patel, what are you doing in my closet? Where are your clothes? Patel, how can you do this to me? All these years we have been friends, and you come to my house when I'm not there to steal my clothes? What is wrong with you? And you, wife, what is wrong with you, wife? Somebody is stealing clothes in the closets and you're sleeping? What is wrong with you? Patel, did you steal my wife's clothes? That was crazy, man. But Indians are interesting. But have you ever met an Indian from India? I'm not talking about an Indian from Parklands. You know, these guys who drive blue Subarus, you know, they make that noise. No, those ones. I'm talking about Indians from India. You know, they are very stubborn. There was a time I used to work as a tour guide. This is a true story. I used to work as a tour guide. So we drive guys into the game park, show them animals. So we came with a group from Bombay, India. Came from India, we went to the Masai Mara, showing them animals I was driving, and suddenly the wind blew off my hat, you know? And it was stupid because we were in the park. I went outside to get my hat. So I got my hat like this, and a lion came from nowhere, started charging at me. So naturally, I ran back to the car. But the lion was, it was right here, it was here. But I managed to enter the car. And these Indians, if I was carrying Africans, they would have been like, oh my God, hey, ange umwa, oh my God. But these Indians were like, oh my goodness, lion almost bite buttock. Lion almost bite buttock. Did you see? So one of the guys came to me and told me, driver, my wife did not capture that thing on her iPad. So why don't you go outside again and then grab the hat again and run so that I can capture it on my iPad?